Welcome back to Growing Craft. Please do subscribe to our channel before we start this video and do not forget to hit the bell icon so that you do not miss out any of our updates. Also do check our website www.growingcraft.com and let's get started. So finally I am doing this big canvas and this is one of the most craziest canvas which I have done. And yes, if you have seen my live session, you must have seen me my living room with another huge Buddha painting and a mixed media work on that canvas. So yeah, this is something very similar to that, but here I'm going to use a lot of MDF cutouts. So I have been gathering all of these cutouts since long, and I just wanted to make a huge canvas for my living room and for my home space, and this turned out to be beautiful. Now the canvas size is approximately 4 feet by 4 feet, and on the alphabets what I'm using here in this canvas are of different sizes, like some are 3 inches by 3 inches, some are 6 inches by 6 inches, so all are of different sizes, and I've clubbed everything. Now to stick these I'm using my Mod Podge, and here you can realize that one of my P is ulta, I mean thoda tedha, but then I did not realize that while doing it. Although Vanya could tell me that Mama later on that Mama that is a little tilted, but then it's absolutely fine. Once you see the canvas in person, you do not even realize that. Now here I'm using my gesso, and I am using my Mod Podge on the top of it, and on that I'm going to use my granules. I have already mixed up the granules in this one. So if you just want to know about the DIY texture paste or the different kinds of modeling paste, you can switch on to the video which link is mentioned now. And yes, I am going to apply this on all my MDF cutouts. So it was so helpful that Vanya was here to help me out with all the textures and everything. And this looks super gorgeous. Now for the texture here, the main ingredient or the supply what I'm using here is my white granules. These are available at our store. You can check that. I'll post that link down in the description box, and that is one of the core thing which you need to create a beautiful texture like this. I know in the video all the textures and the detailings are not that visible because this is so huge that I could not take up the close-up of this video while working, because it took me almost 2 days to make this canvas. Now here with our big brushes, the Anukul brushes, I'm spreading all the colors really well, and I am just trying to add a lot of texture wherever I can. And yes, having my kiddo helping me in this was a huge help. So you can see that how Vanya is helping me here right now, and that was a great help. So yes, this is one of the best ways to keep your kids engaged with your crafting, and this really gives a nice good feel factor that there is something in the house which you have created with your kiddo. And trust me, the techniques what we have used in this canvas is super easy. Of course it takes a lot of time because this is a huge piece of art what we have created, but once you see the final product you will realize that all these efforts are like totally worth it. So now here for the texture I am using the white granules. I highly recommend it because these are the natural stones of a very high quality. So nothing is going to happen to any of your stones or anything. It's just you need to play around with it really well. Now I have made my own texture paste here. You can see how I did it. I know the video is really quick because like I said, this took me almost 2 days to do this. And so yeah, why it took me 2 days? Because on one day we did all the colors, textures and everything, and later on I had to varnish it, I had to seal it, and sealing this huge piece was taking a lot of time because it has a lot of texture out there. So now we are almost done with our texture paste, and I'm just trying to cover up all the nicks and corners of my canvases because that's the most important thing. I know we do not even realize that we have missed out so many spaces, and because of the light I could not see where exactly I have missed out, so I had to literally peep from all the directions and see that where I have missed out on my texture work. And this is looking fine, and of course it is going to take a lot of time to dry out. So we need to give it an ample amount of time so that it dries out well. Otherwise, if you will start blending your colors, it is just going to merge and it is just going to ruin your project. So please be a little patient, please be a little in the easy mode, give it some time to dry out and then start working on it. And here I have started with one of my shades. Honestly, when I was doing this shade, I was like, what if this does not works out? But I already had a color theme in my mind, so what I wanted was a shade of wine color, darker wine types color, pinkish wine, and then I wanted to have a pink color in the background. So honestly, in my living room, what I have right now is a Buddha painting with a black background. That's a very colorful and a very beautiful painting from artist Chan, and I have done my mixed media work on the top of it, on the sides of it. I have done it on a huge canvas. So this time I wanted something in the pastel shades with a tinge of darkness and with a lot of metallic colors. So yes, here all the paints and the shades whatever I have used, I mentioned that in the description box, you can check that, and all those are available on our website. So now here I am adding a lot of water to my colors. Why I am adding water? Because I wanted a very diluted color. I did not wanted a very thick colors. And trust me, like me and Vanya, we were playing with this so much. We had a blast while making this one. So as it's a huge canvas, we were just rotating sometimes here, sometimes there, and it was like I cannot really make you hear whatever we were discussing. We were talking like crazy people, and it was super fun. So yeah, in this technique we have added a lot of water to our colors. I have been asked a lot of time, how do I do the color blending? There are so many ways of doing your color blending. It's not only with your acrylic paints, even with the chalk paints you can do like all kind of color blending techniques, and they work out so beautifully. Now here I am going to highlight my alphabets because I do not want them to merge out with my background, although I have done a texture to it, but they need to pop out. So for that I am going to highlight my alphabets with the shades which I'm doing at that particular point of time. So with my fan brush I am adding a lot of colors on my texture work and my alphabets to make sure that they pop out really well. Now whenever you are doing this color blending work, you have to make sure that your base has dried out well, otherwise it is just going to merge with your background and it is not going to look good. And so we do not want our colors to blend in with the gesso, to mix it up with the gesso. So that's the reason or with your texture paste in that case, or with the modeling paste. So we need to make sure that we give ample amount of time for it to dry out. So here you can see how dedicatedly Vanya was helping me for this canvas, and trust me, with the just kind of effort this little girl has put in this canvas with me, I am thinking of making a lot of canvases, but I really don't know where to put it up. So it's just in case if you guys want me to make some canvases on custom order, please do check my website growingcraft.com and you can place your order for custom canvases, and I will be more than happy to do that. Now you guys need to tell me what are the other color combinations you could have thought of doing in this canvas rather than having this all in pinkish shade. So yeah, do let me know in the comment section what are your favorite color combination which you would like to have on your canvases. Now like I said, we were just twisting and turning our canvases a lot because we had to blend in the colors, and of course Vanya cannot do that every color blending technique. So yeah, she was trying to help me as much as I can, and I've had to do a lot of color blending, and of course that needed a lot of colors and mess up around it. So now once this has dried out completely, I cleaned up my floor and it took me a lot of time. And now the main part is you will see me using a lot of metallic colors, and trust me, half the time I use my hands as my color palette when I'm working on bigger size of project. So yeah, you will see later on that how I use my hands as my color palette, because I do not want to have overdo of metallic shades. So wherever I had to just wipe off the extra metallic colors, I just used my hands as my wiper, and that really worked out. Although this really makes your hands dry out. So a quick tip that whenever you are doing your mixed media or your decoupage work, make sure that the moment you are done with your project, you've cleaned your hands really well, you wash your hands really well and moisturize it really well, otherwise your hands are going to be really dry. This happens with me every time. I know I'm giving this suggestions, but I only end up not using the moisturizer, and then my my hands get dry so much. So here you can see me doing a lot of metallic colors, and yes, I am trying to blend in the colors as much as I can, because metallic is something which is such a versatile color. It is not only used for highlighting your projects, but it also helps in blending your colors. Now, how to blend in the colors? Like here I have two different shades. One is the a darker wine color, and the other one is a pink color. Now to blend in, I cannot have too much of water on my canvases because I have MDF cutouts, so there is a limitation of water I'm going to use on that. And of course, like even if your embellishments have dried out, you cannot just keep it soaking on water, it is going to come out. So for that, I am using my metallic colors to blend in the colors, and they look absolutely fab. Now honestly, on camera I could not capture the real color, so at the end of the video you will see the actual color of the canvas, and I will try to click the pictures as good as I can. And you can see that how difficult it was to do the coloring in such a huge canvas, but like I mentioned earlier also, the effort was totally worth it. Now, what is the best part of using your white granules is that it creates a very nice and subtle texture on your bases, and that makes your work much more finer. So even from a distance, you can make out that there is some texture work on it. It does not pops out too much. It does not soak in too much. So yes, that is something which is just perfect. And if you want, you can add more number of layers to it, and with the metallic colors and the shades and the beautiful chalk paint colors, they get really highlighted so well. So here I am almost done with my coloring part. I will just keep on doing and coloring and blending till I am happy. So this is the color shade which I had chosen. If you want, you can choose any other colors you want, and you can play around with it definitely. So yeah, with this my project is done. And yeah, like I mentioned earlier also, this video does not justify the colors of it, so I will be posting a video very soon on different types of color blending and techniques. Do check that, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Do let me know in the comment section if you want such more videos on the huge canvases. I will be more than happy to help you all. Thank you and take care, and bye bye.